Hello, hello, hello. This is David. Just let me do some technical bits. Dun, 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 dun. Hello. I think everything should be working. This one there. Barely there, guys. Barely there. Wait. There we go. One last thing, and then it should be okay. There we go. I think we are live. Just let me check. I don't see... Bear with me. I don't see any comments coming in, so I have to do something. So be patient with me, please. Okay. Yeah, everything should be fine now. There we go. Hello, everybody. Good evening. This is David for Elizabeth Craft Design. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Now the comments are coming in. I don't know what. It was a weird hiccup, but it's working. It's always a bit stressful with especially since my camera decided not to work just before I started. So that's a bit like, whew, but everything's working. I'm happy. So hello, hello, hello. Let me have a look. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Dimfna. Anita's here. Rebecca. Good to see you. Hi, Nance. Hi, Ellie. Hi, Ans. Robin's here. Ann, Joe. Hello, hello. Hi, Ivor. Deborah's here. Hi, Belinda. And over on YouTube, we've got Nicole, Michelle. Hello. Hi, Anja. Hi, Linda. Hi, Susanna. Good to see you. Susanna, you posted some gorgeous stuff over on the Art Journal Specials group. Wow. If you're not a member yet of the Art Journal Specials group, hop over there. Join us because the inspiration there is fantastic. So that's ECD Art Journal Specials. Easy. Join us. It's fun. So thank you for liking, sharing, and commenting to be able to win the $50 gift certificate, because there's a lot of fun stuff happening over at ECD, as you are aware of. Hi, Karina. Hi, Deborah. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Femke. Hi, Teresa. So thank you for liking, sharing, and commenting. That really helps and helps you as well, because you can win the $50 gift certificate. So that's brilliant. It's Friday, and Friday means play day. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be playing with my In the Garden collection. Now, I've been living under a rock. I've just been busy this year. And I somehow missed out on all the prompt fun that we had over at ECD. Normally we do prompts in the Elizabeth Craft Designs Art Journal Specials group. This time we did it as ECD, and I opted out for some reason, but I started this month. It's never too late because it's a monthly challenge. Every single month you can win a prize, so join in. And the themes are so easy. This month is summer. So I'm not sure you picked up on that. If you're not in the Art Journal Specials group, you haven't. But let me show you. I'll switch the cameras around. There we go. Hello to South Africa. This is a page I made yesterday. I was just playing. Love the glitter shine on there. This screams summer. So I posted this with the hashtag that goes with the challenge, which is left my brain for now, but someone will post it and you can find it in the family group. So it's worth to join that group as well. I'm trying to keep up with the comments, but yeah, you can win a $50 gift certificate just by joining in the fun. So that's the one I made yesterday. What I'm going to do today is easily going to fit the theme of I'm a man. I can't do two things at the same time. Bear with me. Something popped up again. There. What I'm going to do today can easily fit into that theme as well. Summer. The prompt is summer. So, stay away. Something weird was popping up again. Seasons in the eye of the beholder. Spring, yeah. Well, I think it's summer. But today I'm going to work with summer colors and fun stuff as well. And I'm going to do a fun technique that is emboss resist. A lot of you know an emboss resist technique. However, what I'm going to do is I'm using stencils to emboss and then use watercolor paint. So slightly different. So that is fun as well. Dear, there we go. Hi Terry, good to see you. Right, I'm just gonna get started. Now I'm gonna have some fun with the base page. Other way around, David. This is from the Bloom file folder set. And that's gonna be the base page. And then I've got this page, which is the base page for the normal passport size TN art journal. And this one is from the plant label set. So that is this one. And I'm going to use that to create a pocket in here. And then I've got here flips and flaps to open. There's going to be a flap here, which is going to glue down as a pocket. So that's going to be there, pocket here, and then there's going to be a pocket on this side. But first things first, I'm going to start with the emboss resist technique. And I'm going to use this stencil. This is from my latest stencil set from the In the Garden collection. And I've got Versamark and I've got a dauber. You can use a brush as well, but I don't have a brush clean enough to use with Versamark. And yeah, I think you can pick up just a bit more and really press it through. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use white. And I'll explain that in a second. But I will use white embossing powder because, and I'm not going to be bothered with this side because that's going to be covered with the pocket. You could use transparent, but I will explain why I'm not gonna do that. So that's that, and on this side I'm just gonna place this here, load up my dauber again, and repeat that. So go. There we go. So just push that through. Thank you, Belinda. I love stencils, whether they're mine or I just love them. So I'm glad that I can design whatever comes to my mind. Okay, first step. I can see it, you probably can't. Now, I'm going to use white embossing powder, and I will explain to you why in a second, as I just said. Quite a long time. Sandra's asking, how long do you have before the embossing ink dries? Quite a long time, because it's a sticky ink. I'm using Versamark now, but if you take the WOW one, that stays wet even longer. And I used that when I was preparing for a class, and I had to do a lot of embossing for that, for the retreat in Spijkenisse. I used that one because that made so I could work in bulk. But this one stays wet long enough, as you clearly can see. So that's that. Okay. So Els is having fun at the expo. I'm making a mess already. I need this later, but I will put it in a safe place for now, because if I leave it open, you guys know me by now, right? That's a disaster. There we go. Put you to the side. Okay, I'm going to melt this. Now, what you could have done, which I haven't on purpose, if you would apply a layer of gesso first, that would make that the page takes the paint in a different way. I like the way it absorbs in the paper, but if you don't want that, or if you want to protect something on the back, use clear gesso. So this is just going to be the base of my page. This stencil just creates a beautiful background already. Now, why am I not using transparent? Because it could be a fun technique using transparent ink. Or transparent embossing powder, sorry. Main reason for that is that I'm going to use watercolor paint all over my paper in a second. And what the paper does, by nature, it absorbs the paint. And it becomes fuzzy. So you lose a clear image. That's why I'm using white. Now if you would use gesso first, you will minimize the risk of that happening, and then it could be a fun technique as well. I'll show that. I'll let you guys see the difference. Why not? Experimenting is fun, right? At least I think so. Now the paper I'm using comes from my latest paper pack, the Backgrounds Volume 2. Nice and crunchy. I love it. Okay, that's that. Now, watercolor. Let me see if I can keep it all in frame. No, I can't. Let's do it this way. Hopefully then you can see this one here. There. I think that's fine. Put it straight. Yes, that's fine. Let me have a look at the comments. Hi Barbara, good to see you here. Hello everybody that came in. I'm gonna take a big brush, which I have here in my water tub, and I'm going to use different colors of blue. This one. And what I will do, I will prepare the other one as well. I know I'm gonna need that, and some purple. Why not? So, I'm sorry, I have to place this on my other hand. There. So I'm just gonna activate that pigment in there, because that's what it is. This is the Elizabeth Craft Designs watercolor paper. I love that stuff. So, I'm just gonna go over this. Yeah, there was a bug in Facebook when we put something on there, link a product or something, that it was continuously covering up everything that you wanted to see, which is not handy. So there we go. So I'm just gonna go over that, take my brush with clean water and just blend that out a bit. Now this is not watercolor paper, but as you can see, it holds the paper, the paint beautifully. I'm not gonna put on thick layers because I want this to be visible still. I want the texture of the paper still to peek through. So this way I'm just gonna go over everything. Well, not everything. Like that. Then I'm gonna take the purple. just go here. And here. And I'm just playing, guys. I'm doing this without any plan. Okay. I'm going to take my spritzer, make that wet. Now, if I would do this with clear embossing powder, it would be a hot mess. It's still a hot mess, but now I control the mess. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Now, any excess, I just take a piece of kitchen towel and dab it off. Like here, it's a bit too much. I don't want that there. So that way you have some control. Okay, I'm going to dry that again. Actually, I do want some purple here. Just bear with me. Forgot that. Because the pocket is going to be see-through. So I want some color there as well. Okay, there we go. Hi, Anki. Okay, so you can see there's still color on the embossing powder, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spritz my paper towel and just wipe over that. And then it becomes clear white again. You see that? So it's a really, really fun technique. Thank you for posting the link. Maybe you can also post the link to the Art Journal Specials group. That would be great. So people can find that. It is a resist, but with watercolor paint. Sometimes life can be simple, right? So, okay, I'm going to put this to the side to let that dry further. But look, this is looking really cool. So let's do another thing, and that is this tag. What I'm going to do with that is I'm going to use this gorgeous stencil, which is of course not clean. I've been really busy developing my workshop for Banff, my class for Banff. That's done now, so I can start cutting. But, oh, that's so great. That's gonna be so much fun. There. Now I can use it. So that's what I've been doing. So I'm going to do the same again, but with a different stencil. And this is all going to be white. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Valerie. So, that's on there. So, grab my big tub with white powder. You can use any white embossing powder. Doesn't have to be a huge tub like this. Look at that. This on its own is already beautiful. There. Put that in a safe space and melt this again. Oh, thank you, Sierra. Now this is pretty solid blocks of white, but it still works. This is already pretty on its own, I think. Well, not this one, Sandra. This one is sold by Wow in big pots. So that's how it works. Okay. Let it cool before you start, because now this is sticky, it's plastic, it's not completely set yet, so let this cool down. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, with the same colors, but in a slightly different manner, I'm going to go around the flower with the purple. Like so. And then I'm going to take the darker blue here in the corner and here, and then the lighter blue. I'm just putting layers and layers of color on there. Okay, that should work. Thanks, Hans. Thank you all. So I'm just adding a bit more of the purple here. Just going over that. Here we go. Now make sure at this stage you don't remelt the embossing powder, because then the color is set in there. Paper towel and wipe clean. Now in this case I've already melted the embossing powder a bit, which is not a nightmare. Let me just make it really wet, see if I can get it off. Okay, so the majority is off. Now there's a nice little trick. What I will do, I will just remelt, see what happens. And me too, Anja, I love them. What you will see by remelting, let me put it up. It brings back the shine. And now it's almost pure white again, you see? So beautiful is this tag? I love it. Right. That needs to dry. Let me think. In this case, I can show you. Let me just try. Clear gesso, where are you? I know I got a big. That's matte medium. Oh, here it is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put white gesso on these ends. Not white, clear. Yeah, clear. Oof, way too much. But anyways. Way too much. But I'll make it work. Clean up my mess. Well, I wouldn't say that, Sandra, but thank you for the compliment. Just have a go. That's what it is. Just play. See what works. Like this, something new to me. I'm not sure it's going to work. If it doesn't work, it's just paper. I'll throw it away. I just love the different effects you can get when you use different mediums. Okay, dry. Now this needs to be really, really dry for the next step. Oh, thank you guys. I forget it a lot as well, Karen. In this case, you keep the color of the paper because, as you can see, it's getting more clear now. Now it's drying. Clear embossing pattern. Oh, there it is. If you completely fail, not everybody's into collaging. What I meant to say, don't make it such a hard case. If it fails, and you can try again. That's how you learn, by making mistakes. Do you guys think I never make a mistake? I even do it on camera with you. Okay, that's that. See, clear. It feels nice and rough. Do you hear it? It's got tooth to it now. So I'm going to go back to this stencil, and I'm just gonna make sure. Yeah, that's the. I'm just gonna put the same texture, the same stencil on there as I used on the base page. Now I'm using white. You can do this with gold. For instance, if you want gold or silver, any color embossing powder you can use for this resist technique. So I'm really just pushing that through. And it works beautifully, as you saw. It picks up all the detail. Okay. Clear embossing powder. Yep. That's much harder to see for you guys, but it's there. See? Just making sure there's enough on there. Okay. Exactly, you need to let go of your perfectionism. That's why I love doing mixed media, because I'm a perfectionist. So, if I can do it, anyone can. So, heat this until it's shiny. Itchy nose. Okay. That's now done. You see that? Nice and shiny. Yeah, okay. Let's give that some color. I'm going to use a green. No, I'm going to stick to the same colors. Now you will see it works differently, and you can play with the paint way more because of the gesso layer underneath. You see, it doesn't sink into the paper as much. So you can move it around way more. So but it's just getting to know your mediums, know what they do. And watch a lot of YouTubes from me, from Rihanna, from Els, and that's how you learn. And other artists, of course, You can blend more, like this. Okay. And now I'm going to dry. That's a very good idea, Katie. Katie has took all the stencils out of the packaging, wrote the number on it with a marker, and has them on a big ring. I need a piece of paper towel. Just gonna dab some off. You see, it's completely different than on white, obviously. But you can see now the texture of the paper through the embossing powder, which is cool. I think this is also very cool. Well, gesso makes your surface waterproof. Does that make sense? Now, as I said that, I can actually wipe off color. I don't want that, so I've got to be careful just to take off color of the heat embossed area. So you see, completely different effect. I'm just quickly going to remelt that to bring back the shine. And dry it. And it doesn't take long, but it just really brings back that high shine. Okay, let me show you. This is now what it looks like. Completely different, but really cool technique, I think, as well. This is really pretty. So what we're going to do is this was going to go on here. And what I actually love is that we have the same sort of texture, that same stencil, but different. Love that. So let me start by putting some things together, because I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this one, which is not a nightmare. Because next week I'm going to be live again for Coffee and Craft. So you can join me for that. So I'm using scorched timber to ink my edges. Thank you, Sandra. And maybe I am going to be able to finish, because it's not many steps anymore. Then I'll come up with something new for next week. Right, let me ink this bad boy. Just love the effect it gives. And the last one. There we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue this onto my base page. Let's start with that. Okay, that's a shame. Yeah, that's it. When you see them, you use them. So I'm just going to put glue here and here at the bottom. And place that down. So a lot of the texture we created is gone now, but it's there. You know it, I know it. And even if I flip this up, I can see it. Yes, Femke, I intend to do that, but it's been crazy here in the last couple of weeks. If you follow me on social media, you know why. And next to that, I've been developing a project in Banff. I had a deadline of a new collection. So it was hectic. So I had to prioritize. And the garden was a lot of work as well. But I'll be picking that up again. There we go. So this is fun, right? We've got the base page. And then we've got this here. And we've got a hidden, well, not hidden, we've got a place for a tag. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this pocket here. Yes, so let me ink that. This is a pocket from the Bloom file folder page as well. It comes with the tag. Oh, like that. Okay, let's glue this down as well. Henrik. Now, what I did here, let me show you, because not everybody knows that. This die I'm going to use. There we go. I've got this die that I designed especially to go and cut out this part of your pocket or out of a page or wherever you want to cut it out. In this case I cut it out of the pocket. And then I've got this layer to go over that. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to color this as well, but I'm going to use an embossing powder to color my flower. So let's do that. So put the ink on with my embossing ink. Get my little thingy. Grab my color. In this case, it's from Wow, designed by Sarah Newman, I don't know. And it's called Copper Runes. I'm making an art journal page. There is with all sorts of mixed media fun. Now this is going to be challenging to melt. So let me grab my little trusted oven dish and melt that. Look how pretty that is. Very cool. No, it's not purple. It's a, how do you call it? Rosy pink. I wanted to have a touch of warmth in there. You will see why in a minute. Okay, so let's put that one on there. So I'm just going to put some glue there, here and there. There we go. I should have done what else always does, and that is to put a piece of release sheet behind it. But I'll make it work. Look, how pretty is that? Right? I love it. I love it when a plan comes together. Yoo! Well, yes, that's the thing with embossing powders. They always change when you melt them. So, gorgeous. So, for instance, this tag. This is a tag that I've already made with the same technique as well. Same as this one. You see? Fun, right? Different stencil. So, ink this one up. I just love the vintage look. That goes in there. Like so. Thanks, Rick. Now I'm coming in quite heavily with my color because I like that look, that it fades out to dark, to intense dark at the edge. You do you, right? But I think that look fits my style and how I like to do things. This one goes behind here. How fun is that? Look at that. Look at that. You should not be glued down there. Just let me open you up ever so slightly. There we go. Yes, that's better. See that? So we've got a pocket here. We've got a flip, flap. Inside will be for later, definitely. And 2 tags. Done. Okay, so what I have cut out are 2 of these fences. And they are going to, thank you, Ans. They're going to go here. So, and I'm going to keep them shiny because it's, well, I'm saying that and then I'm thinking no. So I'm just going to sand them down a bit. And by sanding them down, just by sanding with some sanding paper, you take down the shine a bit. I love the shine of embossing powders, but the shiny paper sometimes is a bit too much for me. But this makes them look nice and vintage. Okay, that's one. Let's do this one. Just makes it look more like brushed steel. Just gotta be careful not to destroy your die cut. Don't ask me how I know. Okay, glue. Let's put some glue on. I love it. A lot of fine lines. Thank you, Anki. Oh yeah, you know me by now, right? I thought, I just said to myself, don't do it, David, don't do it, David. And then I put it on here and I thought, yep, let's do it. So that's one down. The other one is going to go on here. I think it's coming together quite nicely, if I say so myself. There we go. That's going to go on the cover. Okay, that's done. This looks like a fence, right? Cool, cool stuff. Okay, now on there I want to do something with flowers. So I've cut out these. And what I'm going to do is turn this into this. And I'll show you how. Put these on a safe spot. Get a smaller brush. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine 2 colors to mix a color that fits my need. So I'm going to pick up some of this pink. Thank you. And this brown. It's a bit of a rusty brown color, this one. And I'm going to mix the two. And that will give me like an old, vintage, grungy pink. See that? I love that color. So then what I'm going to do is just put it on. Just on the flower head. This is soft finish card. That holds it beautiful. So don't be fussed about it. Just make sure it's there. Okay, and then I'm going to use some green for the leaves. That's this green. It's a bluish green. No, I'm not going to use that one. Wrong color, David. This one. Yeah, that's the one. And I'm just going to color the leaves, but I'm going to color it all. But the main thing is the leaves, because the other stuff you don't see. So, these need to dry. This one, right? So, these are ready. While they are drying, I'm going to come in with my trusted dauber and my Versamark, and I'm going to put ink on there. Let's do both at the same time. Sort of multitasking, sort of, but different. Beautiful color, right? I love it. Just by blending two colors together. So you've got a lot of colors in this palette, but if you start blending, sky's the limit. And you can do that because it's real pigment in there. It's not synthetic, but it's real pigment, and that's why you can really mix them to get the color you want. And that's what makes the ECD watercolor palette so much fun. Let's put you in a safe space. Let's put you here as well. Clean this up because I don't want that everywhere. There we go. So, okay. Now I'm going to be a bit fussy, fuffing around, because I don't want this to be on the stem. A little bit isn't that bad, but there we go. Managed one. You see? Managed two. There. I'm going to put this back. And then I've got another color, which is sort of in the same, it came in the same pack. I think this was a trio or even a quad, I'm not sure. No, it's actually not, but it's got the same idea. This one is called Royal Emerald. So this is the same color I use for the flower that is on the base page. I'm just going to cover that up. And I'm going to melt this. This is quite hard because it's really thin and floppy. Plate to the rescue. Don't want to burn my fingers. Let's do it this way. And yes, it works. I was going to say, yes, this works, and then I blew it over. This one's done. Where are we with you? Somehow it all got wiped off. Let's fix that. Let's fix that. I'm just going to finish this off like that. There we go. It's good enough. So I want to show you what I'm going to do with this. This one's pink. This one's that one there. So this, I'm missing one. How can I miss one? Still here. This is going to go onto the base that we just colored. Like so, just lines up easily. There you go. And the third one. Very easy. Just, my fingers are sticky from all the Versamark. And glue now. There we go. Put this away. Don't need that anymore. So what I've got here now is 3 flowers. I'm going to have one here, one there, this is going to close here, but I love the fact that you still see it underneath. You see that? So that makes you curious. And this one is going to go on here. So that's it. I'm going to glue these down. I hope you do, Valerie. I hope I inspire you. And if I did, I would love to see your makes, not just this one, but any of your makes with Art Journal Specials collections. Please post them over in the Art Journal Specials group, because I would love to see it all. So please post them there. And yeah, we love to get inspired by you guys as well. So don't hesitate. Don't be insecure thinking you have to be a mixed media artist or something. No, just do it. Just do it. Fairly clean, right? It's because it's watercolor paint. You should have seen me yesterday when I was working with paint. Okay, he's going to go there, and he's going to go there. So he needs some time to adhere. So I'm going to put a block on it. Now, last life I made this one, and I'm going to cut things out from that. Let me just get my scissors. I need a short saying. Blossom. I like that. And this brings back the green. The pink is linked in from here to there. And then we created some beautiful backgrounds using an emboss resist technique. I need something here. Abundance. And the rest I will finish up next Thursday at Coffee and Craft. Because it's a lot of fun little things, and I have more. I will have time to read the comments then. Thank you, Anki. So I hope you will join me then. That's so cool. Now this one here. Yes. So put that there for a second. I'm gonna take my ink around that, glue this one down, and glue this one down. And then I'm gonna call it a night. I'm fairly finished, right? The base is done. Blossom. He's gonna go there. Abundance is gonna go here. There we go. There we have it. Finished. The base of the page is finished. Gotta finish the inside here. Put something here, but that's for next week. But I love, love, love how this one turned out. Wow. How cool. Okay. That's it, guys. I'm going to call it a day. Thank you so much. I hope you picked up something. If you get inspired and make something, or anything you make with Art Journal Specials, show it in a group. I would love to see it. Okay. That was it for today. Thank you for joining me, and I'd love to see you for the next one. Thank you. Bye.